get started on her eyes. Actually, I lied. No, I didn't. I'll use the eye cream later. Perfect. Yeah. I'm going to start off how I always start off basing my clients' lids. I always use Shape Tape. This is the regular Shape Tape. This is not the Ultra Dewy Shape Tape. So I'm going to show you Ultra Creamy. Sorry, guys. This is not the Ultra Creamy Shape Tape. So the difference is you'll see Ultra Creamy. This one's the regular, and it has a deeper purple, and this has the lighter purple. This is very hydrating. I like this for under the eye or face because it's hydrating. This is drier, so it's going to be great as a base for the lids, especially if your clients have an oily eyelid. It's not going to let the eyeshadow move around too much. On Julia, I'm going to use the shade Light. And I just like to get a little bit on the back of my hand. I leave very messy. You could totally use a makeup palette if you like. I normally use my hand because the warmth keeps the product mobile. When it's kind of just like on a cold palette, it might dry down a little bit faster. So I am loading up my Tarte concealer brush. It's rounded. It has a good amount of density, but it does move. So I like this concealer brush a lot because of that. It's not too stiff, but since it's so dense, it's really going to pack that product on. So I'm just starting off at the tail, and we're just going to cover up any brow hairs that we don't like, or if we kind of overdid it with filling in the brow, we're able just to conceal anything that we really don't want to see. This part you want to be very careful. You don't need a ton on your brush. Shape Tape is very full coverage. So a little bit goes a long way. And you don't need like a heavy thick layer of anything. Even though it looks full and heavy, it's a very thin layer, just very pigmented. Got anyone writing in where they're from?
Oh yes.
Where are you guys from? I want to hear.
We have Atlanta,
Hi,
we have Miami, New York,
yes.
UK.
Hi guys, UK, I love that. What time is it there?
I know. Texas, Utah, lots and lots.
I want you guys to count how many times I trip. I am going to be doing a giveaway. We're probably going to stop at one point and say like, hey guys, if you post this to your story, and kind of answer the question that we're asking, the correct answer. Whoever we basically see first will win a giveaway that I will mail to you. And it will be Tarte products that I've hand selected. And I'm really excited for that because again, like I just want to be able to give back, let you guys use products that I'm physically using in this class. And right before the holidays, like why not? It's just great. So I need a little more on the brush. Where else in UK?
Toronto, California, South Africa, Aruba, the Caribbean.
Africa? That's great.
Yeah.
Hi guys.
So excited.
Thank you for coming in here.
This is gonna be great.
Turn it a little bit, Jewel. Am I sitting
Yeah.
in front of the camera?
Nope, that was perfect.
So I will go back to like the brow area later, so I don't want you to like go too crazy. I feel like some people like overthink the brow because there's so much time later that you could go back and like fill it in. But what I kind of like to do to make like sure the front of the brow is even, I'll kind of go across and then just like blend that out so she doesn't look crazy. Next, I'm just going to use my Beauty Sponge by Tarte and just make sure that's super, super smooth. I'm going to have my client keep her eyes shut until I set her lid.
Ooh, Scotland.
Wow, guys, what time is it in all these different countries? That's great. Hi.
They want to
Maybe
know.
a little later. Right?
Maybe.
Later in the day. California, it's brutal here.
What city is your favorite in Europe?
Guys, I haven't went to that many European cities, but we did go to Lake Como recently, and I loved Lake Como. Milan was beautiful, so we flew into Milan, saw Milan. Lake Como is absolutely stunning. Probably one of the prettiest places that I've seen in person. But tell me where I should go, because I would love to go see
Literally
pretty
looks
places.
photoshopped in person.
It's crazy.
Oh, people are from Chile, Dubai.
Dubai. Carolina's going to Dubai soon.
My Carol.
Christine's wedding. And Diana.
Oh my god, they're putting the time, but it's
Oh,
military. Like
what does it say?
1750.
So 550
550.
minus.
Hungary, 1850.
Sorry guys, I'm just going without telling you. So I'm just taking a little bit of rich golden now, just on the outer corners. This is, again, just Shape Tape, and we're just going in. I just want to start contouring out her lid before we even go in with any powders or shadows. This is a great way of just giving yourself like a really fast smoky eye without even having to use actual eyeshadow. And it just gives you that nice transition color, good dimension to the lid. And since it is a cream, it's just gonna blend in so smoothly with like our other cream that we just used.
And I have,
Turn.
yeah,
Thank you.
there you go.
This is another, so these are great because they're dual-sided, so especially if you're traveling or you don't want to have like a ton of brushes on your vanity or in your brush belt, you can, these are great just because there's two brushes in one. So I'm using the one side, it is synthetic, so everything goes on really easily. It's not natural fiber, so natural hair is normally going to absorb some of the product, where synthetic really lets you get it on there, but it still is allowing me to like really buff it in. See, just that dimension that gives alone. And you could build that up. You could use a darker shade if you'd like. You can always go with your skin tone or your client's skin tone.
Oh, looks great. Yeah, I like that.
It's only almost hot.
Who's
Yeah,
our trip
you.
more, me or you?
Something. Well, I said, yeah, you.
There we go. Will this be saved for later?
Yes, we're planning on saving it. We are planning on saving it.
Perfect. We had a
As
few
long as there's
people.
no technical difficulties.
Yes.
Okay, so don't open, Jewel.
What shade was the contour that you used?
That was in, so sorry.
Rich golden.
Rich golden.
Beautiful. Oh, Lauren, thanks so much for sharing your makeup techniques. I think you're the best. So talented.
I love you. Thank you so much. Who is that?
That was Lisa Milk 24.
Thank you, Lisa. You know what? These are just sealed. Yowie. So sorry. This one's open because I used it. Sorry guys, we're opening some new products because they supplied us with all new things, so I don't have to use my old things. I'm gonna go in just with a little bit of the Shape Tape setting powder, just to set her lid so that everything else goes on super smooth. Using a big fluffy brush by Tarte. I'm not really trying to pack this in, I'm just trying to get enough powder on there just to set it. Just with like a light hand going over the entire lid.
Over just a little. Yeah.
I don't even know if I brushed the back of my head once I got in here. Guys, it is cold today in New York City.
It is very chilly.
I had my jacket on like over my hair.
It
It
was-
was so cold.
The wind is chilly.
We had to drive all the way up onto the top of the parking deck.
Yes.
And up there I was like, oh my god,
I was like shaking.
we're not in Jersey anymore. Like, such a big like temperature difference. I'm gonna work with the Man-Eater palette.
Yes,
Yes, it's very pretty.
it is.
I'll open it for you guys. You might see a little bit of tiny back there.
Oh, hello.
So really pretty palette, lots of neutrals. There's pinks, there's mauves. You have a green in there, yellow. So funny, when we were doing Nikita's makeup and she was completely like yellow and orange.
Over.
I used so much of like this because it's so pigmented, like for her highlight under her eye. I just kept like grabbing that. That was the best thing to use. So this is a new shiny palette because that one looks crazy. But I love this palette. You could do so much with it. It has the shimmers, it has the mattes, it has the more like glitter. Love them. Going back to our little fluffy one that we used before, the dual-sided brush. And I'm just going to go in softly with Taupeless. Thank you so much. Probably going to need it back from me in a sec. And I'm just going to work that into that outer corner, that outer V, very soft, very light handed motions, and then we're going to just bring that through the crease in a windshield wiping motion. And I do like to bring it kind of upwards and out towards like the temple. I think that just lifts everyone's eye if you bring the crease slightly above their natural crease. I am really getting that in. It's not a deep color, but you do want to be soft with it because you can really build this color up if you don't want to keep like going back and forth to different colors. You can get this pretty dark. Same thing where you're working on that outer corner sideways V, really close to the lashes, and then up above the natural crease slightly.
Yeah.
You know what? We're missing our elevator music.
Oh, yes, we are. Where is it?
Whenever we go live in my Facebook group, because we have those live masterclasses every month, we put on like, what is that? Non-copywritten music.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just like really like slow elevator music sometimes.
It's very fun.
Oh my god, it's so
Or it'll switch up and just be like beats.
Party
Like kind of
time.
beats.
Tiny starts jamming out at that point.
It's really great.
The Jersey Girl comes out.
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree. It's very fun. I'll put some on for you. Give me a hot second.
This like already looks so pretty, Laura.
Isn't it? And like, you could open now, Jewel. Like that, you could end it there. And you could just clean up, obviously, the ends. And the kiss, maybe I just want to do a little bit of that,
Yes.
if you don't mind. Just feel a sip. I'm going to get behind the camera for a second and check everything out. Nice. Oh, good. I do most of the time set the eye makeup. It does really make it a lot easier to blend all the other powders. Because if the base is still wet and tacky, the shadow is going to grip to that one area. And then it'll kind of make it a little patchy. Please send me the link. Join the Facebook group. I believe it's in my bio. I believe the Facebook link is in my bio. I use Shape Tape Concealer as her primer. Sorry guys, I'm just jumping behind the camera to just check this out really quick. Okay, it should just be on the top there. And, Oh, Zuleika's in Facebook. Okay, after the bid, thank you. Oh, you guys are so sweet. Okay, I'm jumping back in. Matrixing through all the lights and cameras. You just looking at cameras. Don't worry about it. Take that back. Thank you. Now I'm just going to take a little bit of Allure. I'm going to take a little Passion. It's like a warm tan tone. Same brush. And that's just going to be a smaller outer corner V. And again, we're just going to bring that into the crease. And that's just going to build up the outer corner a bit more. Yeah, really pretty. And to the other side. Every time I see Julia, I literally get so close to her face. I'm like, you're just so red. I sat on her earlier. I'm much larger than she is. Poor Jewel. I'm so tired. I love you. That class that we did for Makeup Lovers, like, it's still like circulating, and people love that so much. I think that was like one of my favorite classes.
I still get like the nuggets.
Yeah. I'm getting nervous. I didn't do that. Yeah. Anyone else have a crazy busy week? I love it. Like I was like, oh, like November's gonna be so much more chill than September, October. We're running around like crazy people. And then like November comes, I'm like, how is it halfway through November and I haven't had a day off? But it's good, it's fun. Because we all gotta be prepared for those winter months when it slows down a little bit. But I do think, like, as a makeup artist, you have to, like, learn to appreciate those months when it gets a little bit slower. I know this year and last year is, like, kind of an exception to the rule because people are getting married, like, every day of the week all through, like, every season. But if you do have a slow time, really just, like, take that moment to, like, reevaluate and, like, work on your social and maybe even take a little vacation, reset. Don't get yourself stressed out if you have like a slow week or a slow month or a slow season. Thank you so much. Maybe I'll go a little darker. Do you want to go a little darker? The quality of this one is just... Got a little extra brush hair there. I'm going to use the tone Alluring. Alluring. How do you say that? Lauren? I'm dyslexic, but I'm trying to. So this is another dual-ended brush by Tarte. It's really pretty. So I'm really just working that into her lash line. I'm like on top of her lashes and just going back and forth. This is like a rounded smudger brush. You could even, I'm sure, use it as like a lip brush if you would like to, but I like to use it on the eye.
Lauren, someone wants to know, do you usually gel set brows before filling in or the other way around? What's better?
I normally do it after. If I'm using more of like a pomade, like an actual gel where I'm dipping and trying to give that really laminated look, then I'll do that first to really get the brows to lay down flat. But I didn't do any of that on Julia, actually. I just used powder to fill in her brow today. I feel like that super like laminated brow look was like such a trend, and I just feel like it's starting to fade a bit. I just feel like a nice soft, like natural, like not Sharpie looking brow.
Just like fluffy.
Yeah, fluffy. Not overly fluffy though. Like well maintained, but
yes,
fluffy.
Good word. And then, is it best to do eyes and brows before face makeup?
So personally, that's how I do it, just because I'm so heavy-handed, and I'm also like a really dry girl. So if I leave that baking powder like under my eye too long, I'm gonna look like the desert. So like I can't even put that down, just like keep the shadow from falling out onto my own skin. So normally on clients, I just kind of do their eyes first, make sure I wipe up underneath, and then go on to the face. I do like to do skincare before the eyes just to let it all sit in and really penetrate the skin. And then sometimes I'll go back in, like I'll wipe up under her eye, I'll do her eye cream. If I want to add an illuminator in there, I'll throw that in. I'm just blending that upward with the fluffy brush again. I don't want any harsh lines. That's really, really important. Blending is so, so important. Blend until you think you can't blend anymore. You don't want to like get rid of everything, but you just don't want any harsh lines. You just want it to look like a seamless transition. And then obviously you'll clean up. You totally can. You can even go in and make it more defined in the crease by just taking like a little bit of a lighter color, like Playful. I'm just doing this to show you guys if you're gonna leave it matte. you could take a softer color right in there, and then you're kind of giving that cut crease appearance without it being like too harsh of a cut crease. Keeping that lid pretty bright. Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm. Thank you so much.
Is that on, Tiny, or no?
Yeah.
Okay. Open. So see, that's just gonna open her eye. That's gonna keep it nice and bright. And then again, we'll wipe the edges. Thank you so much.